Okay, would you tell us your memories of the day Kennedy was assassinated?
I was working in Poughkeepsie, and me and two other guys went up the road to get lunch, and we came back and parked in the parking lot, and a bulletin came over the radio that there had been a shooting in Dallas where the president was. So we sat there in the parking lot for about 15 minutes listening because the reporters were very excited. And finally, they determined that Kennedy apparently had been shot, and they had whistled him off to the hospital. So they didn't really say at that point that he was dead, but they said he very severely wounded. So we went on back into work, and it came over the PA system in about 10 minutes that the president had been shot in Dallas and killed. And so from then on, for several days, all you saw, if you were watching TV, there was nothing on TV except the films of the plane coming back from Dallas to Washington, bringing the body, and Jackie Kennedy getting off the plane with the blood all over her suit, and of Johnson being sworn in as president aboard Air Force One, and by some Texas district judge that was a friend of Johnson's. And if you got in the car and turned the radio on, there was nothing on, but they call it dirge, funeral dirge music, is that what they call it? Nothing but that real glum, sorrowful sounding music for days and days and days until after he was buried. And that's about it. There's not a whole lot.
So you said that you were in the car and you heard that there was a shooting in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And did you know then that it involved the president?
Yeah, they said that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. And while we were still in the car, they didn't say that he was dead, but
Okay.
we did decide that he'd been shot and wounded, at least, and was very seriously hurt.
Okay, Grandma?
Well, I was ironing, and I had the TV on, and you kids were all just playing around with your dolls and stuff, and came across that the president had been shot. But it wasn't long on TV that they announced that they thought he was dead. Cronkite is the one that was on the TV, and he said he thought he had been killed. And they showed pictures of Jackie climbing over the back of the convertible to pull in the Secret Service up on the car for protection, and then the rest of it was Johnson being sworn in, and then in Washington you saw the funeral procession with the boy.
John Boy.
Yeah, John Boy walking,
And
Carolyn and saluting the flag and things like this, and that's all you saw for days.
Now, I have a memory, and I'm not sure that if this is what was happening. I have a memory of coming home from school and you crying. And my memory connects that with the Kennedy assassination. I was 7 at the time.
I don't remember crying. You know, I mean, everybody was sad. You know, you don't like to see your president shot and killed. But, you know, I might have, but I don't remember that.
Okay. What time of the day was it? Did it happen?
Around
It
10 or
was
11.
noontime.
Was it noon?
Noontime in New York when it came over, so it would have been about 10, 11
10 or 11. And then,
in Texas,
Okay.
somewhere around there. And then your brother was up there because they were trying to get Betty into a trailer, remember? And we drove him, we had to drive him to the airport to go back to Kentucky.
Mhm.
And while we were in the car driving to Kentucky, we had the radio on and listened to the funeral music, and another bulletin came on that somebody had just shot Oswald.
Oswald.
Oh my goodness. Wow. And then what was the guy's name? Ruby?
Jack Ruby,
Jack Ruby? How did he die?
cancer, mysterious case of cancer.
Okay, so you say that like there's,
Well, we read, there's always articles,
Always conspiracy.
and
yeah.
they, the medical people were saying, well, you can't catch cancer, and somebody else gets on and says, well, you can if you ingest it in your food, and and apparently there were a lot of people that didn't want Ruby to testify at anything. I don't know, but he caught cancer and died pretty quick.
Okay.
I actually saw, I was watching TV and saw Oswald, I think, or maybe it was just a rerun. I can't remember, but they showed Ruby,
They show that still show that all the time.
yeah.
But
so-
I'm sure they showed it live. I have no
They
doubt the
showed it,
cameras were
so
on him.
It was probably,
And since then, they don't parade the prisoner out like that afterwards. They kind of do everything secretly. And every newspaper man in the country was there, plus all the, Jack Ruby owned a bar across the street or something.
Did he ever say why he killed him?
Didn't have a chance. He died from cancer.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so any other thoughts? Anything?
No.
Okay,
I remember Air Force One flew right over our house when JFK came up to Eleanor Roosevelt's funeral at Hyde Park, and they always flew into Seward, and it was in the wintertime, wasn't it? Because I think we were home because everything was shut down because of the snow. And I was out there, I think I was out there shoveling snow, and this big old silver plane comes whistling over real quiet and real low over the house. And it was Air Force One taking Kennedy away from New York and back to D.C.
So, where was the funeral?
in Hyde Park.
Hyde Park, how close was that to Newburgh?
25 miles.
So when the day of 9/11,
well, we were in the temple.
yeah, the boys and I were in the house, and all of a sudden, a really loud fighter jet came just like right down our road, just right down the
Oh, my
neighborhood.
goodness.
It was so loud, and we ran outside to see it. So anyway, okay, I'm going to end this, and we're going to go on to another one.